From one of the loudest venues in the NFL, there's a look at Arrowhead Stadium here in Kansas City. Tonight, we kick off Week 6 with a great Thursday night matchup, as it'll be the Denver Broncos taking on the Kansas City Chiefs. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
Broncos take over first and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
Already here, they'll audible to something else. A man who was lost for the year in Week 4 last season. Here's Javonte Williams. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have you ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to him.
Now a first down carry. It's Williams. The 20. Foul. And all the way home for a Broncos score. With his 6th rushing touchdown on the year, 10th overall. And the Broncos are on the board first here on the road in Kansas City.
Well, earlier in the week when they had their scouting report meeting, this was the explosiveness that they talked about trying to contain. They were concerned about it all week, yet he still did it to them. Wonder how that's going to carry over the rest of the game.
Lutz with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game.
Will Lutz set to kick off.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25.
25-yard line.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. They'll check this one down to Pacheco. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. Looking to throw is Mahomes. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete. The Chiefs at 2-3 here to begin the new season. But Charles, they were losers last time out. What do you think they need to do differently here?
Well, I don't think it needs to be as drastic as burning up last week's game tape or not watching it, but the attitude has to be what's done is done. Let's move on. Put that one behind them, galvanize themselves, and go forward and get a win in this one.
They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. Charles, Thursday night game. I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So, as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the...
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Alex Singleton. And the Broncos are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line. The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. They start near midfield following the interception as they begin 1st and 10. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. 83 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
And the Broncos first down.
They stick to the ground game on first down. It's Williams. And he's going to be down at the 35. Gain of 7. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards, but also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
On second down, Williams. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35.
Brandon, one thing about blitzes, they really confuse offensive linemen at times, and what you have to do is lock in on the guy right in front of you. If you don't, you saw the end result. Defensive tackle ended up making the play.
3rd and 2, now Wilson. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he will have a Broncos first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert here on 3rd and 3. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They give it to Williams, running right. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
Well, this run defense gets an F so far. They're letting this guy carve them to shreds in the first quarter of play. He's already hit the 100-yard mark.
Williams going to get it again on second down. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down. From the gun, it's Wilson. Touchdown, Broncos! Jerry Jeudy, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Broncos are off to a 13-0 first quarter lead. Lutz to try to add the PAT. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead.
14, Chiefs nothing. Will Lutz set to kick off.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And he takes this near the 25, just a little pass there, call it the 26.
1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. Charles, it's kind of gut check time. Look, I know it's early, first quarter, just their 2nd drive of the game, but they've already thrown the interception, given up the score. You're down double digits. They got to figure out something, and pretty quickly here.
No doubt about it, and when we look at that sideline, I'm sure you're observing the same thing I am. I don't like the body language at all. They look like they're in a state of stunned disbelief. So to me, we always talk about someone stepping up and making a big play. I think it would behoove them if multiple guys step up and make big plays right now. They need something positive to happen, and they need for it to happen now.
Hey, go going. 15.
Shotgun snap to Mahomes. Got a man, that's Richie James. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field, because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. We can look at this Bronco defense. They've been pretty good against the pass. Not amazing, but good. Number 13 in the league.
And while teams don't like to talk about it, they're pretty proud of their rankings. But this ranking is going to be put to the test today because they're going up against a top 5 passing offense in this one.
Mahomes to throw once more. And he's just going to get rid of this thing to no one here. He throws it away, and now it's 3rd.
And a smart play there. He's probably saying, I wish I would have done that in the last drive instead of throwing the interception.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. And the slot man goes in motion left. Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
I think it's safe to say that he's made some questionable decisions out there so far. Forced some throws into tight coverage. He's already been picked off in this game. 4th down now, but he was fortunate on that one not to have another turnover on his ledger.
And this will be out of bounds. Now it's a question of where they'll mark it. And they'll say it crosses at the 11-yard line. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. They are currently mired in a losing streak. Now they get the short week for the Thursday night game. Do you see that as a potential positive, or is this just more in what has been really a string of bad luck for them?
Well, to me, it comes down to leadership, and leadership's got to spin it into a positive and make it an advantage for them. Yes, we're in a losing streak. Yes, no one thinks we can win, but we have the resources we need right here in this room. Let's go ahead and play better. Let's hang together and shock the world a little bit. Put it all together. They've got a chance of coming out with a W. And it is still early, just the first quarter. But you start prorating the numbers, and we might be in for some history. I mean, that last run puts him over 100 yards already, and we've still got 3 quarters to go.
They'll set up the screen. This is Williams. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. A Bronco first down there, 12 yards on the play. A pretty sizable deficit here in the first quarter. This defense probably need to get off the field in those situations on 3rd down.
And you and I both know in this huddle before that last 3rd down play, that's exactly what they talked about. Let's make a play. Let's get off the field. Let's reverse the momentum. Instead, they got hit with another 1st down, almost back to the drawing board.
Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's a 2nd down and 9. They'll stay on the ground with Williams. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4.
That was a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
18 yards on his first catch of the game. It's a 1st down. Now Wilson changing the play. Up the middle, it's Williams. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. A give to Williams, running right. And he's fortunate to get anything from that. Give him a yard up to the 49.
Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback lane on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Took a great angle right there. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down.
And that's a play that's not uncommon on 3rd and long because the offense is just hoping that somehow they can get a guy in space and follow some blockers downfield. Does a pretty nice job there getting a few yards, but he ends up getting stopped before he can get the 1st down.
Give them credit. They knew what they wanted to dial up on 4th. They executed it for 9 yards, and the offense stays out there. So the 4th down conversion has him inside the 40 now, 1st and 10. They go back to the ground with Williams. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
Williams going to get it again on 2nd down. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. The Broncos on 3rd down. They've been near perfect, 4 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd down and 12. Now Wilson. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. So another 3rd down conversion, and now they've got a 1st and goal. They'll try and run. This is Williams. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2.
You know, when this offense gets down here near the end zone, they're going to turn to their bell cow, and this guy's been a touchdown machine all year. Excellent job stopping him there on first down.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. From back at the 3 now. This is 3rd and goal. Williams, and he is not going anywhere. He will not even get back to the line of scrimmage as the clock will stop at the 2-minute warning. The offense stays out there. A big challenge here from this far back, but they're going for it on 4th and goal. They're looking for Judy, but it's intercepted. And the Chiefs are going to get the ball back on the turnover. They hold on 4th and goal. Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive, but at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer, and make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. Throw over the middle, caught by the tight end, Gray. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. So apparently some grabbing of the jersey there on the O-line.
Yeah, just working the interior, and that's where the penalty occurred.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold.
Hey, 43. Hey, 57, 57. Attack, attack. Hey, 43, 43, 50. Let's get it. Let's go.
To throw, it's Mahomes. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them. And
left sideline, a dive, and it looks like he's got it. First down now, but that clock rolling. Here's Mahomes to throw. He'll drop this off to Pacheco. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half.
Well, he was a busy man out of the backfield a week ago. They got him the ball early and often. I have no doubt in my mind that he'll be a big part of the game plan here as well.
Mahomes now on first down. Throwing the out route, incomplete. It's James. The Chiefs will try and get to the line quickly. Again, they'll throw with Mahomes. Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. Picked off by Kareem Jackson. That's back-to-back drives that have looked pretty good. The offense was moving the ball, but in both cases, the defense comes up with a big INT to get off the field.
How about the layers of intrigue that continue to get added as we watch this game unfold? Both offenses, they're a little bit discouraged with how their drives ended. How will each respond now and can either mount another positive series that ends in points for their team?
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. From the shotgun, Wilson. Oh, he'll air this one deep for Judy. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the 2nd down play, they burn the timeout, making him sweat out the final few ticks here in the 2nd quarter. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Throwing is Wilson, eluding the pressure right. He's got his target. That's complete. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. Final play of the half. It's Wilson. He'll buy some time right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. Oh, and that is incomplete. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. A two-touchdown game, 14-0 the score as we get rolling again here in this second half. KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter three.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now they got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
Hey, yellow, hey, go. Yellow. Right side.
They run with the second-year man, Isaiah Pacheco. That one, a first down pickup of 8. We should mention, to go along with a great game he had last week, he was rightfully named AFC Offensive Player of the Week.
And he shares that with his offensive line, the tight end, his fullback. He's looking for more and more of that in this game.
43. Right side.
Mahomes now on first down. Got his man complete over the middle. It's James. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Working from the gun, Mahomes. A quick throw, but incomplete.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Yellow. Come back. Right side.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. And his throw here is incomplete.
Another attempt, another incompletion, and when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points, and the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball.
Color. 15.
Now here's Mahomes. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 29-yard line. And the officials here going to pause the game for a second. Looks like there's an injured Chief on the field. We'll step aside and get an update when we return to Arrowhead.
Yellow. 15.
And they'll send the slot in motion left.
Right side.
Now it's Mahomes again. And a dangerous throw there on the drop-off. Incomplete, nearly intercepted. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29.
Hey, rip it. Right side.
Mahomes now to throw. And Mahomes misfires again, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Fabian Moreau. And the Broncos are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line.
And that has to be a little bit discouraging because after all their halftime talk, adjustments, and points of emphasis, their first drive ends with an interception. Absolutely aggravating if you're a head coach because you spent all that time, gone through every situation possible, and it still ends in a turnover.
A little bit of space there for the first down run as that's going to get him about 5 yards. From the 23, here's the 2nd and 5. They run it again with Williams. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there.
That's what we were hoping to see out of Williams last season before a torn ACL 4 weeks in ruined expectations that he could join the top tier of NFL running backs. That type of upside remains, though, and Denver certainly prepared to help him unlock it as he returns to full strength.
And for one of the first times all night, he is going to go nowhere as they bury him behind the line. Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Wilson setting up the screen to Pirine. They get 7 there on the screen. It'll set up a 3rd down.
Partner, like the play call coming right after a tackle for a loss because this is an obvious passing situation, but instead they fooled them a little bit with the screen, and they wound up getting back what they lost and then a little bit more.
Now it's Wilson. And this is going to be incomplete.
The frustration evident there because he couldn't find anyone on 3rd down, and he left no doubt that he was throwing that one away.
Here's Riley Dixon now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. And here's a very low-line drive, almost whiffed on it. That'll go down as just a 20-yard punt. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10.
At their own 42-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here.
Well, Charles, sometimes we talk about the lengths officials sometimes go to protect star quarterbacks, but that was tough to argue against.
Yeah, and I'm sure that everyone's going to say, hey, we're going to administer the penalty the same way for all quarterbacks. But when it's a star back there, even more so are they going to be diligent about throwing the flag.
And with the play clock at 5, we're going to get a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter.
Fire down these two. Fire down these two. 43. 43. 15.
Valdez-Scantling in motion left.
On 1st down, Mahomes. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. An 11-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Chiefs 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 18-yard line.
Yellow. Attack, attack. 15.
Throwing now is Mahomes.
Now throw right side taken in by the tight end Gray.
The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long.
Hey, rip lift. Attack, attack! Hero 15! Right side!
And again, it's Mahomes. Touchdown! Marquez Valdez-Scantling, his first touchdown on the year. And the Chiefs have got it back to within a score. Extra point by Butker is on target, and that'll make our score 14-7. Here's the Chiefs kickoff unit now as they'll send this one away. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
The Broncos take over first and 10.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Obviously not the intended goal last drive. They had to punt the football, but still, they've got the lead here, and now a chance to add on to that lead if they can get points on this drive. First and 10 upcoming. Still 9 yards to go on second down from the 27. There's Wilson to throw. And he's unable to hold on to that defensively. A potential game changer, but it falls incomplete.
Those are the ones you dream of as defenders. I think if he gets eyes on the ball a little bit earlier, he might come away with it. Instead, it's going to wind up as just an incomplete pass.
Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Mike Edwards picks it off. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. Just a lot going on there in the middle of the field, and this one winds up a turnover.
Yeah, the running crossing route here, and the idea of it is to get defenders confused about who to go with. But if you throw it too early, sometimes it's your quarterback that gets confused, and here he throws it into coverage and gets it intercepted.
15, 15! Attack, attack! Right side!
On first and 10, here's Pacheco. And he can only manage to get a couple. Second and 8 coming up. And they're going to hurry back to the line now.
2 yards on the pickup. It's second and 8.
15, 15! 57!
And the slot man goes in motion left. Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
Well, good field position to start the drive, but under the gun now here on 3rd and 8.
Hey, 57, 57!
They'll send a receiver in motion left. Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. That is caught. And he's brought down after a very nice game. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up the 1st and goal.
That's good for Kansas City Chiefs. First down and goal to go.
1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Chiefs 7.
A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line.
Attack, attack! Hey, 57, 57 colors, 57 colors!
Mahomes takes it himself, and he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the sneak, kind of a wasted play there, and now it's 3rd down. And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
That was a huge play on 3rd down, so now what? Do you go for it? Do you trust your offense? Or do you want to put on your defense to try and get the ball back? Me? I'm going for it right here.
They'll run for it with Pacheco. And he'll wind up being knocked back to the 3-yard line. The run is turned away on 4th and goal from the 2. And the Bronco defense comes up big.
Wilson wants a different look.
They begin the drive with Williams.
And he was able to shed one tackle but could not get away from there. Well, Jarius Sneed up to make the play defensively. Now 2nd and 5.
Again, it's Williams. And he'll be brought down, it looks like, right at the 15.
130 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Now we give up the middle to Williams. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. From the gun, it's a run for Williams. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage.
And this is why the head coach gets paid the big bucks. Look at where they are in this situation, partner. Do you throw the ball here in a long-distance situation? Do you run it again and trust your defense and make sure you take care of the ball and punt it away? What kind of options do you have here, and what do you trust more on your team?
Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Mike Edwards picks it up. And he'll be brought down around the 7-yard line. They had him back deep, got the interception, and now they'll start inside the 10.
Partner forgets starting inside the red zone. They're inside the green zone. From the 10-yard line in, a lot of teams call it that because that's the money zone. Get it into the end zone and make your cash.
So after the INT, here's Mahomes.
They'll set up the screen to Pacheco.
And in for the Chiefs touchdown.
Isaiah Pacheco.
A 7-yard touchdown grab.
And the Chiefs are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter.
Boy, what a start to the week this has been. All tied 4th quarter as the kick's away. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. We'll see if they can grab the lead. Either way, what a job their defense did to force the turnover on downs to set up this opportunity.
No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
Looks like they'll move things around here.
Now it's Wilson. Rolling to his right.
That's taken in by Dulcich.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams.
And he will have the Broncos first down, maybe by about a yard as they find a way to convert on 3rd and inches.
Someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot has been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports.
Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now.
They stick to the ground game on 1st down. It's Williams. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. Probably had 60,000 thinking pass right there, including us in the booth.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That was a big call, big guts on that one. And guess what? That run, it'll pay dividends.
Now Wilson.
Screenplay set up for Williams.
And he'll
They'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. They'll come up now. This is 2nd and long. Wilson to throw. And this one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football. Nearly a 4th pick of the ball game. This secondary as a unit, they've worked really well together in this one, especially late.
A lot of cohesiveness, a lot of communication, and some great athleticism. They're playing so well now, a nickname is sure to follow. They're going to have to name this whole unit soon.
Throwing now is Wilson. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
I don't know if you need the big shot right there or not, because you've still got time to work some of the shorter stuff and try to get into field goal range. They did go for the big one there. It would have been nice, but it winds up incomplete.
Now he's going to go deep down the left side. That's caught inside the 20. And he is going to have a Broncos first down, and this is going to wind up being not just a conversion, but a play that flips the field as well. All 3 timeouts remain. How much that'll matter remains to be seen. It's 1st and 10. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. And now with 6 seconds remaining, they're going to burn their final timeout. So it all rests now on the right leg of Will Lutz. His first attempt of the night here, and it's a big one. It's for the win. And that is going to be no good. He pushed it wide to the right, and a costly one there as this game remains tied here in the 4th.
Boy, that's a big-time letdown there. You work yourself in position to win the game, but the kick winds up no good. And now you've got to regroup as a team, get the energy back up, and get ready for overtime. And make sure you pump him up, too. He may be needed to try and win it again later.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. Tie game, and barring something incredible here, we're likely headed to overtime.
What I would do is either hand it off inside or more likely take the knee and let the clock run out. Because if I'm back there trying to throw and a sack happens, the ball comes free, I can lose the game here. If I get to overtime, I can still win it.
It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
So 4 quarters couldn't decide it, and it'll be the Chiefs who get the football first in this overtime session. Escapes the defender. Shedding the tackler, and it gives him some room. Flags. He's into the end zone. Touchdown. And an amazing return. Wins it in OT. Hard-fought game through 4 quarters gets us into overtime, and then you can't even catch your breath and realize you're in overtime, and the return of the ball game's over.
Absolutely amazing what we got to see, because we're setting up all those different scenarios as we go to overtime. Do you take the ball, right? What do you do with the coin toss? Where are you going to play? How are you going to do it? And that takes it all out of our hands, doesn't it? A bolt of a return that ends the ball game.
How often do coaches talk, Charles, about that 3rd phase? And here the 3rd phase was the difference.
No doubt. And what I also think about is when you get to overtime, fatigue has to play a factor in it. If you lose, and if you